All right, it's time for multiplying fractions lesson number 3. I can make an area model that illustrates multiplying two fractions. So before we just jump into it, I want to review what we worked on last week. The first problem says explain a way to multiply 40 times 2/3. I'm going to give you time to think about it, but the very first thing I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to make a rectangle. And to the best of my ability, I'm going to cut it into thirds, not perfect, and then color in 2 of those parts. How could this picture help me multiply 40 times 2/3? All right, now that you've had time to think about it, I hope you remembered that another way to think about 40 times 2/3 is 40 groups of 2/3. Because if that's true, then I can find 40 groups of 2/3 by thinking copy, paste, 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 paste. I would need 40 of this picture. I'm only at 6. Paste, paste, paste. Right? I need 40 of these. Now I'm at 9. I'm not going to keep going until I get to 40. Right? But I can see that in each picture there's 2 colored in. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I'd have 40 groups of 2 blocks of blue. That means I'd have 80 total blue blocks. And then for my denominator, I don't want total blocks. I want to know if I had to draw just one more rectangle, how many parts would that one be cut into? Because it wouldn't be cut into 120. Like all the rest of them, it would be cut into 3. So the denominator has to be 3. So this is 40 times 2/3, or 40 groups of 2/3. That's what we did in your first class last week. The second class, we used a number line. Becky makes $12 an hour. $12 an hour grading math homework. Oh boy. How much will she earn if she works 5/6 of an hour? So in class, we said that we needed a whole rectangle between 0 and 12, because this represents a whole hour. If the whole thing was colored in, she'd have a whole hour and she'd make $12. But she's not working a whole hour. She's working 1/6 of an hour. That means I need to take this rectangle and cut it into 6. Half, and then each one in 3, because 3 plus 3 equals 6. All right, how do I find the numbers that go on the bottom? Well, I'd go back to thinking that this whole bar is the same as yes, 1 hour, but it's also the same as $12. The bar got split into 6 equal parts, so because it's equal parts, that's a divide by. So I'm really saying how many groups of 6 make 12, right? Or 12 split into 6 means that we have groups that are 2 in size. So I'm going to count by 2 on the bottom, and the pattern should work. 0 plus 2 is 2, plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. Awesome. So there it is, split into 6. Now I'm going to look at the numerator. The numerator is 5, so I need to color in 5 of those parts. So if I want to know how much she makes in 5/6 of an hour, then I'm looking at this spot right here at the very end of my colored in parts. She should make $10. So our multiplication sentence for this is 5/6 times 12, because that was the whole. So part of $12 is $10. Because part of an hour is 5/6 of an hour. All right, So in the first problem, we had a whole number, 40, times a fraction. In the second problem, we had a fraction times a whole number. Today, we are going to work on a fraction of a fraction. So this problem is about one of my favorite things in the whole entire world. It's about brownies. Jed has half of a tray of brownies left over from his birthday party. That means they ate half, so there's still half left. Then he's hungry and eats 2/3 of the leftovers. How much of one tray did he eat? All right, so let's model this out. Jed has half a tray of brownies left over from his birthday party. This is the part that's left. Still here, the stuff he can eat. This is the section that he served at his party. It's the empty part of the tray. You can't eat what's not there. It's empty. Now, I'm going to ignore that white part because it is empty. He can't eat. Again, he cannot eat what's not there. So I'm going to pretend like this white part isn't even here. So now this is what I'm seeing. This gray part is the leftovers from the party, the brownies that he can eat. He decides to eat 2/3 of this amount. So to show that, I'm going to divide this rectangle into 3 parts. Then I'm going to color in 2 of those parts. Jed ate this. This is 1/3. And then Jed ate this. This is 2/3. 2/3 of the leftovers. Please notice that the unit changed. First, it was talking about an entire tray. At the party, he served the whole tray. But now it's not talking about the whole tray. It was talking about half the tray or all of the leftovers. First they talked about the tray, then they talked about the leftovers. I'm going to say it again because it's pretty important. First it was talking about an entire tray of brownies at the party. The next day, they didn't say he ate 2/3 of the tray. They said he ate 2/3 of the leftovers, which was half of the tray. So let's bring back the whole tray. On the left, he ate 2/3 of the brownies. You can see, here's that brownie part. This was the leftovers. He ate 2/3 of the brownie leftovers. I should probably write that in. He wrote 2/3 of the leftover brownies. But if the question says, how much of the tray did he eat? Then the answer isn't 2/3. To find that answer, I need to think about the whole pan or the whole tray. So I'm going to extend these lines so that I have equal parts. Because if I'm going to say an answer is a fraction, I have to have equal parts. So now I can see that here's the part that Jed ate. I'm going to put numbers in them. 1, 2. And if I keep on counting, 3, 4, 5, 6, then I can see that Jed ate 2/6 of the whole pan. That's the same as saying 2/3 of the brownie leftovers. Let's put those numbers in too. He ate 1 2 out of the 3 parts the leftovers were in, but that's 2 out of the 6 equal parts for the tray. So we can read this, looking at the whole tray. Jed ate 2/3 of the leftovers, the half. That's the same as 2/6. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2/6 of the tray. The other way I can see this is that he had 2/3 of the half, but I can see this time as a third. Here's my tray in thirds. There's 1. There's 2. Here's 3, and I'll number those 2 so you can see them. He ate this 1 part out of 2 3 equal parts. So you can say he either ate 2/6 of the tray or he ate 1/3 of the tray. He ate a small part, 2/3, of the part that was left over, 1/2. He ate 2/3 of a half. We are going to do another problem like this one in class. It's going to be about pizza.